And are we recording?
Yeah, it's showing recording.
It's wonderful. Thanks so much, Fatima. Welcome, everyone, to another exciting meeting of the Kiwanis Young Professionals Club of Manchester. This is October. What date is today? 25th or 24th? What date is today? 24th. 24th of October, 2025. Time now is 7:06 p.m. Thanks so much for those of you who were able to join on time. And we'll try and keep this meeting to about an hour, just so that I can make my way home afterwards. So let's get right into it. And first up is a check-in to see how everyone is doing. Do you want to drop in the chat or unmute very briefly and let me know how the week has been? One word to describe your week. Any thoughts, Fatima?
Productive.
Productive. Wow. That's a very good one. Okay. Productive week for Fatima. What about you, Keisha or Joseph? Winnie, let me know how your week has been. Long. 100%. Agree with you there, Richardo. And we've got Keisha in the chat. She says, on hurricane watch after a brilliant week in the sunshine. Oh, that's the worst bit. Choosing to visit home and end up going home to rain. Especially since we always have rain here in the UK. But I hope that you'll have a successful remainder of your holiday, that it will indeed be enjoyable with you and your family and friends. Yes, let me see. Joseph says stressful. And Winnie said, thank God it's Friday. All right, TGIF indeed. I'm so sorry to hear your week has been stressful, Joseph. Hopefully what do you call it? The silver lining is the weekend that's about to start. So yes, hopefully that's something to look forward to. Unless it's a case where you're bringing work into the weekend, which usually sucks. In terms of my week has been good. A good mix of cases this week. Usually I'm doing just one case for the whole week, but yeah. So I've been all over the place. Stockport, Sheffield today, Manchester City Centre earlier in the week. But yeah, that's been my week. And thanks so much for sharing.
But even more on that, Ramona. I saw on LinkedIn you were giving big praises for a case. You just won another case. Well done.
Yes. We do some what do you call it? Development. Is that the word? I have to remind myself. But essentially, you put out posts talking about your successes, not too much bragging, just mild amounts. And the focus of that is really to bring in more work in the future. Business development, that's the phrase. So it's essentially business development that why they post those. But yes, it's quite a good one. It's essentially a post highlighting that I've been successful in 5 employment tribunal cases that I've represented in recent weeks / months. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good, and hoping to continue on that trend in the
Well, at least
future.
all of us know who to call when we have problems at work.
Yes. So, it depends on how the case is set up. And it just so happens that these are set up quite well. So I was able to argue in favor of the clients. And the good thing is some of the cases were for the respondent and others were for the claimant. So it's almost like a good balance, sharpening the sword on both sides, on both edges. Do we have 2 edges on swords? But you get the picture. Yes, but thanks for the highlight, Richardo. Really appreciate it. And I can see in the comment, Joseph says, I must have seen that too. Well done, Ramona. Okay, thank you so much, Joseph. And Keisha says well done as well. Thank you. And I did see the emojis from Fatima and Winnie. Much appreciated. Yes, so essentially, we are balancing work life and volunteer life and trying to do it with as much the highest degree of excellence as possible. Yes, 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 yes. And Ricardo, didn't hear from you. Oh, yes, yes, you said your week was long. Long week. But hopefully you're also looking forward to the weekend. I feel like you and Joseph are probably in the same boat. Between it being long and stressful. Okay, so that's our welcome. I usually like to go into a little icebreaker. So give me a moment. Let me pull up the questions. This one is, would you rather? Would you rather? So we've got a couple. I'm going to throw them out there and I'd love to hear your feedback, your response in relation to each. First one, would you rather have a personal chef or a personal driver? So it's personal chef or personal driver. Any thoughts? Any comment? Anybody willing to unmute and let me know your thoughts? Would you rather have a personal chef or personal driver?
I'd rather have a chef because
Ooh.
they would cook for me every day
Yeah.
and I don't have to move every day. So, I mean, I'd rather want to be there. So a chef makes sense to me.
Yes, yes. And I see Keisha is right on board with you there. Personal chef. I think I'm torn between the two. Because the drive down to Sheffield, for example, lots of winding roads. I would definitely want a personal driver for long journeys like that. But a personal chef could have some benefits because you could literally work with them to say, okay, this is a diet plan. And the food is always cooked and ready. Because half the time, the reason why we miss on our diets is because the food is just not readily available. And we end up going to fast food or just anything that can be made very, very quick or quickly. So yeah, I think I'm torn between the two. Joseph says, personal driver, hate driving. I don't know if I hate it as much. I can survive with my own food. So we have a chef in the house. Fatima, did we get any thoughts from you?
I'm
Or
with
are
the
you
chef.
torn? You're with the chef. Oh, okay. Nice, 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 nice. So we've got maybe 3 votes for chef. Winnie, Fatima, Keisha, and then Joseph for personal driver, and I've been undecided. Imagine that. All right, so that's our first one. Let me jump to the next one. Would you rather live without your phone for a year or live without your favorite food for a year? Live without your phone for a year or live without your favorite food for a year? Is that
Probably
a hard
phone.
choice? Say again, Fatima.
Phone.
You would go without the phone.
Yeah.
Wow. What's your favorite food?
Probably Italian.
Because I could do without the favorite. I don't really have a favorite food. So let's say it's unless it's a Jamaican cuisine like some curry or oxtail. But live without your favorite food or live without your phone. Interesting. Let me see what else we've got in the chat. No phone. Richardo is definitely not living without his phone. But we have other devices. We have tablets and laptops and televisions.
Yeah, exactly. So you won't be
Joseph
missing out
says
on much.
definitely without his favorite food. Keisha says favorite food. Winnie, any thoughts from you? Would you live without the phone or live without the food? Maybe Winnie isn't there. All right. So that's an interesting one. Let's go for another. Let's go for another. Would you rather? Okay. Would you rather travel the world for free, or have $1 million or £1 million to spend however you want? Travel the world for free or £1 million? Travel the world for free or £1 million? Fatima is hot with this one. Travel, travel, travel. Okay, okay. Joseph, Winnie, are we traveling or are we taking the £1 million? I mean, technically, the £1 million could be the gateway to travel. Taking the money. No apologies necessary, Keisha. Keisha says she's taking the money. Joseph says, give me the money. The only downside to taking the money is that we probably wouldn't end up spending it on travel. There are other things like if you want to buy a car, if you want to buy a house, if you want to support family members with different expenses, or if you want to clear a debt. So you might not find yourself doing as much travel with this money as you might anticipate. But yeah, that's a good one. So let's go for another would you rather. Let's pull it up. Oh, would you rather go back 10 years in time or see 10 years into the future? Go back 10 years in time or see 10 years into the future? Do we have any immediate responses for that? Would you rather go back 10 years or see 10 years in the future? Let me see. What? Joseph says he'll go back 10 years in time. Keisha says go back 10 years. 10 years was when? We're in 2025. We have a -10. 2015. I don't know. But do I want to go forward 10 years either? What are we rushing? Let me see. Fatima, what are your thoughts? Are you going back 10 years or going forward 10 years?
Probably going forward.
Going forward. And Richardo, let me see what Richardo is saying. Future, if I can then get back. So Richardo is going 10 years in the future. I don't think we have that technicality, you know. Once you jump forward, you jump forward. Yeah. 10 years. Going back 10 years suggests that there are certain things you might want to do differently. I mean, 10 years ago, I was probably in studies anyways. Let me see. It's like Joseph says, it's a bit awkward. When I reflect on some big historical moments, I've envied those that have lived that era. But it's 10 years that you've already lived. It's not like you're going back 100 years to different times or a different era. But yeah, that one's a good reflection. And let's go for the last one. Takes us to about 7:20. Last one. Would you rather? Pull it up. Okay. Would you rather have your dream job with a modest salary or a boring job with triple the pay? Dream job, modest salary. Boring job, triple the pay. So it doesn't sound like you're in absolute poverty with a dream job, but with a boring job, you'll get triple the pay. Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Anybody big on destiny and oh, Keisha is going for dream job. Okay. And I think this contrasts with going for the $1 million. Joseph, what are your thoughts on this one? Dream job, modest salary, or a boring job, so less interesting job, but triple the pay? Triple the pay. What's the rationale here, Keisha? Are you thinking that with triple the pay, you probably won't last for very long because there's no interest? Winnie's also going for dream job. No, man. Come, Winnie, talk to me. Why are we going for the dream job instead of triple the pay? Joseph
I mean,
says,
life is short. You can't just be doing like, a boring
yeah,
job every day. And
every
who
day.
knows? And obviously, like modest salary, that's fine.
Mm,
It's
mm.
yeah, you can live by it. You don't have to do like, yeah, I'm just gonna go for a dream job.
Interesting. And let me see. We've got Joseph's comment. He says he'll take the boring job, triple the pay. I'll quit after a year and go back to the dream job. Okay. Strategy. Okay. And we've got a laugh emoji. I'm not sure from who, but yeah. And there we have it. Well, thank you so much for participating. I am surprisingly undecided because I haven't really given or made any specific choices for any of them. Dream job or triple the pay? Yeah, maybe it's like maybe I'd have to go with Joseph's strategy because triple the pay sounds like you can hit certain financial goals, but dream job is also important. You want to be doing what your passion is, you want to be doing what your gift is, you want to have long-lasting impact in the end. So, you know what? I suppose it depends on where you are in life, what stage you are in life that will inform decision making. So maybe early stages, I would probably go triple the pay because you're going after income earning potential. But then dream job is definitely in the latter stages of life. You really want to be doing what your dream is, what your passion is. Yeah, yeah. Live out that vision and try and leave a mark in the world. You see, Keisha says, my dream job would allow me to live anywhere I wish to. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Are you self-employed in this dream job, Keisha? Oh, still having to answer to an employer. Let me see if we get a response from Keisha. Yes, live anywhere I wish to, which means any country. Well, it's a remote working opening that door of opportunity. The only problem is employers. The minute they see that you're in a hotel room or on a beach somewhere, they're like, are you even working? Yes, it's the people that make it difficult. And Keisha says not necessarily self-employed. Okay, so thanks again for participating in the lovely icebreaker. Would you rather? Got some interesting questions, interesting responses, interesting analysis, which is exciting. Next up is our project planning. We have so much that is churning in the works. We really do need to get some stuff rolled out. So we have a Kiwanis website that is under construction. I've been instructed not to share the link, but because it's still under construction, I could probably give a glimpse of what it's looking like. Let me just scroll for a hot minute. And this is what the view is like from the phone as opposed to from a laptop. So it might look slightly different when you open it on your laptop. We've tried to add the link for our different social media pages as well. Let me see, share. I'm just going to share my screen briefly so that we can take a look. Share screen. Okay. And here we are. So this is what it's looking like. This is the view from the phone. We've got some links at the top. It says Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Don't think we have a Twitter, but those are just standard. It comes with the Kiwanis template for the website. And because we're subsumed under YP UK, that's why we see the YP UK logo at the top. But as we go down, we see the content, Kiwanis Young Professionals Manchester. And the intention is to fill in each one of these subcategories. Brief description, what we do, gallery with some pictures, and a call to join or contact us. So this is the description we've put together so far about who we are, what our club is about, what we do, focused on local impact, fundraising, connecting, growing. Of course, this table here expands a little bit more clearly from the computer, but that's a description of activities that we engage in or intend to engage in. Photos from our gallery. Let's see, Dovestone hike, the social where we had games. These are the pictures from our toy donations. How many donations did we do? There are pictures from one more nursery that we can add there. The book reading series will incorporate the links from our YouTube page. This is the call to join us, the link for our Zoom meeting, and then the contact us page. And this information, when filled in, will drop into our Gmail inbox, the club's Gmail inbox. So that's essentially what it's looking like at the moment. I'll stop sharing for a hot minute. Were you able to hear me whilst I was scrolling on the screen? Or did the microphone mute? May I check? Check, check. Thumbs up from Fatima. Wonderful. Okay, so that's what our website is looking like. Any thoughts on what we can add or how we can spruce it up a little bit? Please let me know. If anybody wants to sing, dance, or design anything for the website, yes, it's definitely open for all of us to contribute. If you want to write any articles or anything, we can definitely upload those to the website and just keep it interesting. So that's what we're looking at. We're also going to be dropping our meeting flyers whenever we create those, and our event flyers on the website. So we'll always have a professional link that we can direct persons to so that they can see what the organization is about, what the club is all about. So that's our website under construction. Next up is our induction meeting. We've discussed this on the last occasion, that's in September. Tentative date is November 2, that's a Sunday, which is pretty much around the corner. We're just trying to confirm a location. Stephen, one of our club members, has suggested a location, and the price isn't too bad. I think he said it was something like £20 per hour. So just to confirm with them whether the date is available for a Sunday or if we need to adjust to a Saturday. And that meeting is meant to formally present each person with their pins and their certificates. These are our paid up members. We'll invite our London members to come across, and we'll invite our Birmingham members to come across as well. So it's a good social opportunity to meet and interact with other young professional members from the Kiwanis Club. Now, if you're not being pinned or receiving a certificate, you are still invited to come along, because we're planning to make it a sort of social affair. And also we want to celebrate and congratulate the persons who are being pinned and presented with their certificates. So yes, quite an exciting time ahead. As soon as we get the venue finalized, I will send out a flyer. And if the date has to change, I will do a round robin again, go back to each person and just double check the date is okay. So that's where we are in terms of our induction meeting and the planning that's underway. Next is our Sip and Sew. This is another event that really needs to get off the ground. Again, venue is our problem. We have now received a sample of the dolls from Ocheng. She sent that up to me in the post. And we've already reviewed the list of the items that we need for the sewing. So really, as soon as we get the venue sorted out, we'll literally be able to send out a date, have everyone gather somewhere central in Manchester, and we can sit and sew for an hour, 2 hours, however many or however much time that persons are willing to dedicate to the sewing. And we'll see how many dolls we're able to complete in that session. So Sip and Sew is still in its planning phases. We do need to get this off the ground before the quarter is out, because it's an activity planned for this first quarter. And then we jump to our story time. That's a slow progress. After our last set of uploads, we haven't uploaded anymore. We received one story from donations. Donations. Where will the donations go? Richarda, you've lost me. Oh, the donations for the dolls. The plan was to merge them with YP UK if their set of donations haven't yet gone in. So if we still catch YP UK, we'll donate with YP UK. And if not, we'll try and get a decent number, 10, 15 dolls completed, and then we could find a location in Manchester to do the donation that way. But yeah, that's the plan in terms of the donations. We were piggybacking on YP UK's Sip and Sew event. I think that was in August or July of this year. Okay, story time. Yes, we've got one submission from Kiwani and Allah. He's from YP UK Club. So that's quite exciting. And as soon as I've got that uploaded, I will share. I think the trouble is finding time to download stories to send to each person. So maybe what I can do is share a prompt for ChatGPT in the group chat. And then each of you can copy that prompt and essentially ask ChatGPT to summarize a story that you'd like to read. So if you'd like to do the Beauty and the Beast story, you put that prompt in ChatGPT and they provide the narrative that fits within, say, 5 minutes, and you're able to launch forward with those rather than waiting for me to send through the stories. So let me just do a quick check. Winnie, Keisha, Fatima, Joseph are on. What do you think about that? Do you currently use ChatGPT? I think Microsoft Copilot also has an AI feature that could do it, or even the Google AI feature could generate. You put the prompt to say, generate the Beauty and the Beast story to be read to kids 6 years old, with a time frame of 5 minutes, and they will generate the story that you can then copy and record yourself reading that. So, any reactions, any thumbs up, any feedback, comment in the chat. Let me know what you think about that. Doing the prompts. Okay, so Joseph says yes, he's fine with that. Keisha says yes. Winnie, tech savvy. Okay, thumbs up from Winnie. Is that a thumbs up from Fatima or no reaction from Fatima? Let me check. Any thoughts, Fatima? Okay, yes. All right. So let me just jot that down. So I'm going to send a prompt in the group chat and then use whatever AI feature. ChatGPT is the easy one. Maybe because I've used it a couple times, but I know that Google has incorporated AI and Microsoft Word Copilot has an AI feature as well. So you tell AI the name of the story that you'd like to read, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella. It could be a story from your culture. So Anansi is one of the stories we do a lot in Jamaica. And then, yes, read that. Send it to me and it should be easier for me to get those uploads going. But in terms of the previous backlog, those are now up and I only have Allah's story to upload at this time. Oh, I also have a Cheng's book to read. She sent that to me in the post along with the dolls. Actually, I haven't uploaded any stories of myself reading, so yes, we got to lead by example, I suppose. So I'll make some time and read a Cheng's storybook and have that uploaded. So we've got 2 tentative, and then we'll have the others coming in from Joseph, Winnie, Fatima. All right, let me just check. Nothing new in the chat. Then, still on project planning, soup kitchen. We have a soup kitchen proposal that's come to me through Stephen. This was while we were on our hike, or was it the journey back from the hike? Yes, but essentially, Stephen knows someone in London who does soup kitchens where they prepare the soup and package it nicely, and then they hold on. We've got a question from Richard about getting stories out to the public. In fact, I think we're doing a decent job, even though we don't really pay for advertisements. Let me just share my screen for a minute and show where we are at in terms of our YouTube Storytime feature. This is YouTube. So I think we're doing a good job. Let's just jump. What's the name of our club? YP Manchester. There we go. And this is our profile. Now the screen is in a weird orientation format, but yes. So as you can see, Winnie's story has now racked up 384 views. Fatima's story 30 views. Keisha's story 100 views. Stephen's story 21 views. Joseph 40 views. Laura 45 views. So apparently the animal stories are a big one. Clever Hare and the Hungry Lion. And yeah, persons have been finding our stories on YouTube without us doing too much in terms of promotions. But what we can do is continue to encourage persons whenever the stories are uploaded. Encourage persons to share it on their social media platforms, if it's their LinkedIn or their WhatsApp, Instagram, put it up on the status. The status is only 24 hours anyway, so that's a good way to get it out. And parents who have kids and see your status will then choose that story to play for a bedtime story session, that sort of thing. But yes, it's definitely gaining traction without us even doing anything, because the club has what, about 7 of us. So the fact that we've gotten more than 7 views means that persons outside the club have definitely been viewing all the stories. And as you can see, the animal stories, anything with the rabbits, the lion, that sort of thing, is gaining traction on YouTube. And it's specifically tagged as made for kids. So it only comes up as a suggested video for kids on their Made for Kids YouTube platform. But yeah, we're doing fairly well. And I think that's good impact just from the number of persons who've played the videos and interacted. I don't think it allows, because it's made for kids, it's not allowed to show number of likes, and I don't think any comments are allowed either. So you can't really see what people are commenting to say, oh, I enjoyed the story, I loved your voice, or anything like that. But we can see the views in terms of how far the videos are, how much reach we're having with these videos. So yeah, that's quite exciting. Go on, Richard.
If I can jump in a quick second on that. So my question is more of I guess you would say more of a club selfish kind of purpose reason.
Selfish.
What I
Tell me more.
what I'm trying to say is, how do
Yes.
we get Kiwanis Manchester notice? Not that you're getting the views, but what I want is Kiwanis Manchester, young professional Manchester, to be noticed as the ones doing it. So as you said, the thing, yeah, the views are fine and everyone getting the
Yeah.
views. That's good. But at the end of the day, you want it to be pulled away that it's not just stories there, but members of your club and the organization doing something to reach out to kids. So that's what we need to work on. And that, as I said, is the part where people either add to their WhatsApp group and and putting on statuses and everybody doing their part so that people see young professionals Manchester. That's
Yeah.
the so that's what I was trying to get at with that still.
Okay.
So it's not
Yes.
it's not just
We
the views
definitely
and so
need to push
forth.
it. We definitely need to push it as individual members, just as part of Kiwanis Young Professionals
You
Manchester. Get our name out there. As you can
you
see, I've
you
created a
can you
specific
can
channel
you
for
can probably
YP
consider.
Manchester.
Oh, sorry. You probably can consider one other thing. I don't know
Mm.
if anybody there has kid connections to a nursery or so forth. Maybe take the information to a nursery and the link to the nursery school and offer them if they to the parents to put their child on to listen to the stories or have a story time
Yes.
session with them. But just I'm saying the main thing is to try and get people to see that the group is doing it and not just videos that are there. But yeah, so that's what I was talking about in terms of getting it out. And perhaps we can probably give a prize for who is getting the most views.
Wonderful. Well, and
Yeah,
I think the views are all based on how
yeah,
the what do you call it? The algorithm is working, how it's churning the stories out. But as you can see, for each one of the screens, I tend to put up our Kiwanis logo as well. So that opening screen, you have the Kiwanis logo before we get into the details of the story. And the channel itself is a YP Professionals Manchester channel. So there's some branding going on, but certainly from the effort of us as club members, we can definitely do more in terms of promoting the video, sharing it on our status and sharing it with friends, family, so that the word gets out. Any final thoughts, Richardo, before I move to the next point?
or even on the getting out part. I mean, I don't. I'm not sure what you guys think. You probably could invite even your own friends and not necessarily club members, or
Mhm.
even friends and family who might be interested in reading a story
Yeah,
if they would
so
like
that we
that
can get
opportunity for stardom.
different voices. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, that
100%.
would definitely help.
So if you find that you don't have the time to read, or you think you have a friend who, whilst not ready to join the club, maybe they'll want to participate in the story time, that would be helpful. So Allah, for example, is from YP UK club, and he saw the details of our initiative, Storytime initiative, and asked if he could participate. So it doesn't have to be a member or active participant in YP Manchester. But anybody who would be good storyteller, great voice, and would be interested in reading for the kids, we should definitely reach out to them and have them join us in our initiative. Wonderful. So I started talking about our soup kitchen. So this is a suggestion from Stephen. Essentially, the soup kitchen is an activity that's being run by a friend of his in London. They prepare the soup, package the soup, and they work with another team, maybe part of the council, to deliver the soup for persons who are homeless. I know Laura, the last meeting or the meeting before, she had definitely indicated an interest in doing something related to homeless persons in Manchester. So I think that's a great opportunity for us to do that. The idea is that we would come to London, Visit them on one of the occasions, maybe a Saturday. Observe, learn for the day in terms of how they organize and structure things, and then see if we can partner with a team in Manchester to do or replicate much the same. Or maybe it would be possible to convince them to assist us in replicating it in Manchester. But the first step is the learning. And then the second step is doing. I definitely think we might need to partner. And the reason for that is, I think when handling food, certainly in Jamaica, whenever we're handling food from a Kiwanis perspective, we need a food handler's permit or persons who have a food handler's permit. So I'm suspecting in the UK there's probably similar criteria. And then we take it from there in terms of the distribution, maybe work with, I've seen in Manchester City Centre a few folks with these open trolleys that are quite low to the ground, and they have the containers that have the soup in it, and they walk around, stop and ask persons, do you want some soup, some tea? And they open each one and just serve them tea, coffee, or soup, depending on what their preference is. So I think there's definitely scope for us to do that. And I'll let you know what date has been suggested for us to visit the folks in London to observe how they run the soup kitchen. And hopefully we can have more than one of us attending to take notes and have a bit of a debrief in terms of what plans we can put in place and how we can execute the soup kitchen. So that's something exciting. We'll definitely do the visit in this quarter. We'll see if we can get the soup kitchen done between December and January, because we know that's the winter period, very, very cold, and persons will definitely appreciate it. Think near St. Peter's Square, for example, if I'm recalling correctly, there's usually a long stretch of tents that people put up, and they're usually homeless persons. So if it's even that stretch of road that we go with our little soup that we've prepared, distribute that. Maybe we need to add some rolls, something to give them some substance, and make our way into Manchester Piccadilly with the rest of it. And yeah, that would be a good project to undertake. Any thoughts from anyone? What do you think? Soup kitchen is a go? Or do you think it's gonna be too much? We should focus our attention on something else? Drop your thoughts in the chat or unmute. Let me hear briefly. Keisha, still there? Joseph, Fatima, Winnie? Any thoughts? Any thoughts?
I think it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking, yeah, in terms of the logistics and numbers, yeah, I think we need to
Yeah.
learn probably or see another club doing it,
Oh,
and then we
yeah.
can see how to implement it
Yeah.
out here.
And Joseph says, sounds good. I know Joseph is now in London, so hopefully the date that we're going, we can have you join us, Joseph, to take some notes and just learn in terms of how everything is implemented. Any thoughts, Keisha or Fatima, before I jump to the next thing?
No, I think it's a good idea. Something
Okay.
different.
Yeah, something different and still impactful, because we would be doing something for our local community. All right. So last thing on our project planning is Christmas. Looking to do a Christmas treat. So it's essentially, Keisha says sounds good. Let me see. Sounds good. We'll take some planning. Yes, it will definitely take some planning. Well, when we go and take the learning, we'll see how difficult it is. If it's a case where they take pre-packaged soups, or if it's a case where they're, building the pot from scratch. Because I think my mindset is maybe building the pot from scratch. You take the water, you put your pumpkin in and all of that. But if it is if it's a situation where they take certain pre-packaged items, put it in a nice big thermos or container that retains the heat very well, then maybe it won't be as complex as we think. And then maybe we just chop some potatoes and, items that will add some volume, make it a little bit dense. But we'll definitely take the learnings from them and try and implement it as best as we can in Manchester city centre. So the Christmas street, yes, that's on the agenda for December. We have one nursery that we partnered with for the toy drive. That's Kids Stop Day Nursery. We could go back there because they were very appreciative of our visit and the toys that we dropped off. And essentially, we could just do a treat for the kids with some finger foods, maybe some more toys or games and just activities. The idea is to be present and interact as opposed to just dropping off toys like we did on the last occasion. So we can do that, or we can go to another nursery, another children's center, and do the treat with them. It's no real preference from my perspective. But since we have the relationship with Kids Stop Day Nursery, I suspect it might be easier to plan and organize with them for us to make another visit. And they were in Ashton-under-Lyne, so not too far from Manchester City Centre for persons to get there. So I'll do a check-in with them and see what dates. I think the nursery closes on certain dates closer to Christmas. So we'll have to do maybe a week or two earlier, but it could still be a Christmas tree with some balloons and some confetti, things that make it exciting, and the kids will be happy. Maybe we could wear some Santa hats. And if the number of kids that she has at that time isn't too high, maybe we could personalize some toys. So that's a thought in terms of the Christmas planning or Christmas project. Any quick comments from anyone? Any thoughts? Any preferences? Should we go back to the nursery or should we try a different nursery? Anything? Anybody? Winnie, Keisha, Fatima, Joseph? What are your thoughts? Any knee-jerk reaction? Anything to be cautious about? Okay, so Keisha says we could try a different nursery. Yeah, spread our impact and our influence. All right. So I'll put that on the board. Another nursery for the treat. And then we'll see how it goes. Keep it relatively central to Manchester City Centre. All right, 7:53, not doing bad for time. That's it for our project planning. Kiwanis education for this meeting is actually one of the videos on YouTube. The discussion is around how to share Kiwanis with others, how to sell Kiwanis. What's a story you tell when people see the Kiwanis pin when you start wearing it, or when people hear that you're participating in Kiwanis. So that's the focus for our Kiwanis education. I have two short video clips that I want to share. And let me do that now. Go back to YouTube. Okay, this is right. So we start with this one, or a 1-minute speech, and then we look at some of the testimonials.
Them about the bug program. Bring up.
Sorry, didn't realize the audio was off. There we go.
When someone asks you about Kiwanis, what do you say? How do you share what you love about your club and in a way that grabs people's attention and yet respects their time? When I meet someone and we're talking about Kiwanis, I usually think about where we are and how I met them. So for an example, if it's a parent, I would talk to them about the service leadership programs. If it's a teacher, I'll talk to them about the BUD program, Bring Up Grades. If I meet someone at a fundraiser, such as a balloon fest, the first thing comes to mind is talking to them about where the dollars will go from that fundraiser and how we affect our local communities, including things like the Boys and Girls Clubs. You don't need to know everything about Kiwanis. You just need to start with what it means to you. Nothing reaches people like a story that comes from the heart. So pick one thing that you love most about Kiwanis and talk about that. People are interested in things that get results. Talk about your club's accomplishments, kids your club has mentored, or service projects you've worked on. Be sure to talk about how Kiwanians work together with others who care in their community. Everyone likes to talk about themselves. Listen and find out where their interests lie. If they are interested in helping children or improving the community, tell them how your club does that on a regular basis. The best way for someone to learn about Kiwanis is when your club is in action, so invite them. Encourage every club member to have a 1-minute speech. It's a quick way for each Kiwanian to pass along some pretty important information. The formula offers a great resource to help Kiwanians put together their own speech. Download it today. Practice your speech so it sounds natural. Remember to smile often. Make eye contact and be a good listener too.
All right, so that's the first video on the 1-minute speech. And in our next meeting, we'll try and flesh that out in a little bit more detail in terms of how you would approach the 1-minute speech. And this there we go.
The community level.
Testimonial from
Before Kiwanis, I really spent a lot of time just hiking, doing a lot of fun things, but there was just something missing. There was this need for more.
Before I joined Kiwanis, a lot of the charitable work I did was at the 30,000 foot level, where I never really got to experience the outcome of my work.
For people that don't know Kiwanis, we're a global organization of volunteers dedicated to changing the world, one child, one community at a time.
It's people in a community that come together to ensure that people can live a healthy, full life, especially our youth.
It's just amazing to me that as an individual, you can come into an organization, be accepted, have a lot of fun, and find purpose very, very quickly. What Kiwanis does really well is get down to the community level and identify the needs.
A great example is just Colorado Feeding Kids. You can take a Saturday, compact meals for 2 hours, and have 10,000 meals go out to that community just that one day. And so we work to grow to make almost 8 million meals that have been distributed across Colorado, but also to Puerto Rico when hurricanes hit. Anywhere that the world needs support, we want to be able to provide that and make sure, especially the children in those communities, have healthy meals.
In Jackson Hole, the Kiwanis Club identified the Children's Hospital needed some equipment. They went out and raised the funds.
Our clubs in Boulder are working on service dog programs that support children with diabetes.
There were kids going to school without school supplies. That's really hard to excel. Kiwanis put together a backpack program where they pack that backpack full of school supplies and give it to kids who need it. In Castle Rock, Colorado, the local club there is working with the school district to provide audiology equipment so that students that have hearing disabilities can participate in class. This is a life-changing project these Kiwanians have done.
If you're interested in learning more about Kiwanis, I definitely encourage you to do it. We know each new member impacts numerous youth in our community. And so the more people that we have helping kids, all the better.
Before I joined Kiwanis, I kind of thought it was an old guy's thing. And after I joined, I've met people all over the world.
You don't have to have a lot of time. You don't have to have a lot of money. And you don't have to be a certain age.
It was a great place for me to kind of find my tribe, find people that truly care about the community together.
We have a total for the day. We've packed 9,288 meals.
We've got kids involved in Kiwanis who are in middle school and elementary school, all the way up to people who are retired. So it's easy to find your place in Kiwanis.
I encourage anyone looking for a safe space to serve to reach out to their local Kiwanis club.
If you're interested in learning more about Kiwanis, helping kids and making great friends, click the link below.
Right, so there we have it. Hope the video was playing. Give me a quick thumbs up if everything played all right. Let's see. Anything? Anyone? Did the video come through clearly? Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So essentially, we're looking at how to do our 1-minute speech, and we can see some of the Kiwanians from another club, that was a Colorado club, just explaining what Kiwanis means to them and how they've been involved in different projects in Kiwanis in order to sort of deliver that 1-minute speech and encourage persons to join the club. Of course, as our club grows in number, we'll be able to do more fundraisers and expand our reach in terms of the types of activities that we can engage in. But for now, I believe we're doing a great job in terms of having impact. And so we'll continue to build on that week after week until we get to the point where we are as big a club as the Colorado Club. So that's it, the 1-minute speech. We'll go into it a little bit more detail by each of us just giving an example of how we would deliver that 1-minute speech at our next meeting. No pressure, by the way, no pressure at all. So that's something just to think about in terms of what you've been involved in, what our club has done, and what the impact is meant to be in our local community, and then essentially how you would convey that to a friend who sees your post on social media and says, hey, what's this Kiwanis all about that I see you posting? So that's our Kiwanis education for this meeting. In terms of updates, our hike was a success. That was really good out at Dovestone. We've shared some pictures in the chat, and you can see we've uploaded one of the group pictures on our website that's under construction. Next is to post that on our social media, so I'll get that on our LinkedIn and our Instagram just to indicate that it was a beautiful success, and we'll share that on our socials. And do we have any volunteers to plan our next social? Let's see who's available. Winnie, are you available? Plan something interesting and exciting for us. Maybe December or January. We could do a dinner if it's in December. Dinner/games, or one of those all-you-can-eat buffets. That might be interesting. Are you there, Winnie? Hello? We've lost Winnie.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm not in the UK from next month till January, so unfortunately I can't participate in
To plan. All right, girl.
yeah.
Do you want to take on the challenge? We know Fatima planned our first social, and that was quite good. What do you think, Fatima? Willing to take it on again for December or January?
I'm sorry. I'm also not here.
Oh.
So I can do the January one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say we plan for January then.
Yeah.
And we'll find us something exciting to do. January for our next social. Thank you very much, Fatima. And we're looking forward to the options that you'll suggest for us. Another update is in terms of membership. We're still pushing to have new persons join us. I've reached out to 2 persons on LinkedIn that are interested. They haven't joined this meeting, but hopefully they'll be here for our next meeting and we can expand our numbers. But please do make some effort as well to invite your friends or colleagues, anybody who you think would be interested in a club of this nature. We definitely need more persons to come on board. So membership will be a major drive for us for this Kiwanis year 2025 into 2026. And that's September, it's October 1 through to September 30. That's the Kiwanis year. Okay, dates for your diary. This is for persons who are planning to travel or love to travel. We've got the European Convention in Catania, Italy. It's usually a weekend, like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of thing. So the date here is May 28 to May 30, 2026. That's Italy. And then we've got International Convention that's in Manila, Philippines. Or current international president hails from the Philippines. And I suspect that's the reason why International Convention will be hosted there. So that's quite exciting. We've had international convention in other countries. Jamaica has hosted, Canada has hosted, US has hosted, France has hosted. So we'll be heading to Philippines for international convention. Let's see. Ultimate aim is for you to have 50 members to become your own standalone club. That's Richardo on the membership point. So we really do need to drive the numbers and increase. We're almost there. Let's say we're at the halfway point. So we need another 7 members to come on board. So those are your dates for the diary. And that brings us to the end. Just over 8 o'clock. Thank you for your indulgence.
Oh,
Have an amazing weekend, everyone.
just a moment.
Go ahead.
So another date that should be on your diary. This is coming from Kiwanis young professional, the main group.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Sorry, not October, November 29th.
November 29.
November 29th is a date that has been selected. Well, it's something that is new that has been started. It from last year called Twinkle for Tots. It's
Okay.
a initiative aimed at recognizing or honoring premature babies and persons who have had babies through premature births and so forth, and just to recognize those little lives, and of course the battle that many of them go through to getting back to health. On the 29th, what we do is that we have a gathering in a park area.
Yeah.
And we have a light up candles and so forth, have a small dedication and talk and so forth. So far over the years, the project has been done in the Dagenham area, representing for London, and in Birmingham at the same time. So
Yes.
what we would like to do, and you will get more information, that we would like to have you guys on your side.
Yes.
To also either just gather in a park on that same day, if you can, one or 2 members or even a few, and we just, as I said, it's just a dedication, so to speak, in recognizing these young lives. And that's pretty much the gist of it. It's a simple project, but we invite people from around and other agencies or organizations or anyone who wants to join, and we just gather in an area and we do a walk for them and more or less dedication. As I said, you would get more details on that specifically. But what we would want to do, or if we can, is to get you guys on that side to also join us on that day at the same time.
Wonderful.
So
Okay.
I believe the 29th is a Saturday, is it? I think it's a Saturday.
Let me do a quick check. Yes, it is. November 29.
Yeah, so that's pretty much how it would work. I mean, if if there is, I mean, if it just 5, 6, 7, 8 persons that can come together, I mean, find a central park or area, park or ground, central to all of you. That you could just meet up for, 2 hours or so, for the time that we do it. Of course, it's going to have to be to the evening part when it gets a little, when the light changes over into a bit darkness, so it looks more impactful. With it being lit up, or whatever you're lighting up. It can be light sticks and so forth. We had light sticks and glow, what you call it, hats and things like that we gave to persons who came.
Yes.
So it's Twinkle for Tots. I'm going to send the link. We're going to have the link go to you to the page that we have it set up on. But we will be calling soon just to verify if we can get your participation on that date. As a group in that area. And then hopefully we can also use that, probably send notes. I don't know if it for your local papers or anything that I don't know what does the papers for Manchester here, but if you know local papers and so forth, you can, send this kind of stuff out to them. Hopefully to get the story featured that you've done this and so forth. So, but that is November 29th. I don't know if anybody knows how their day is already for 29th of November, but we would appreciate for those who are on if you could mark that day to give about 2 hours of your Saturday for that purpose. And I said it's just really in recognition of those premature lives. Some of us may know, some of us may be premature babies. But I think it's a good thing to do in recognizing those little lives. Yeah, so that's November 29th.
Wonderful. I've just made a note of it as well. And if you could share some of the details you mentioned, like if there's a flyer or a link, then I'll definitely share that in the group. Or you could just drop it in our group chat since you're
It will be in
in
the group chat. It'll be out in the group chats by next weekend. Sorry. This weekend. This is a weekend now. Yeah. By the weekend, it will start coming out.
Wonderful. Okay, so we've got Twinkle for Tots to add to our project planning. Shouldn't be too difficult to gather in a park with some candles and make the dedication, take a few pictures, and send out a little, what's that? It's sort of like a press release, isn't it? To local papers in terms of the acknowledgement of premature babies. And nationally or worldwide, is November a premature babies month or something?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Wonderful. So it ties in with that international initiative.
Yeah. Well, the month that is, the whole month is. So again, as we get more into these things, I mean, it's another thing that we need to look at more in terms of participation with the club, your club activities.
Yeah.
Because I don't, we don't want in other persons helping to pull things together. Because as I said, I'm hearing you have a lot of projects going on. But what we need to find is someone else. Is there, people in among your group who have maybe their mindset is a PR type mindset where they can get things out there for you. They probably know the right persons who have maybe their following on Facebook is 1 million persons, and if they say, buy cheese at this shop, everybody buys cheese, I don't know who's in the group that has that kind of social media power within the Manchester area. But it's a start. It looks like who was it that had that 300 views? Who had the 300 views?
It was Winnie's story.
It's Winnie's story. So I mean, Winnie's voice is a voice that people like to hear. Then, so
Winnie's
things
voice.
like that.
And she was singing in the story too, singing one of the songs related to.
So maybe she's a voice that can get out persons, involved in your projects, So it's time to start looking at the dedication of assignment, so to speak, to other members and so forth. Because I like all the stuff that you're talking and looking forward to doing. But again, I'll say it out there, get everybody involved. Don't take it all on.
Yes.
Get everybody involved.
Definitely.
Designate other persons to the projects as well. All right. Yeah, that's it for me then on that part.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, as usual, Richardo, for your contribution and advice to our young club as we grow.
Actually, as I'm looking at your last remaining members before we lose them, which is Keisha, Joseph, and Winnie. These are my registered members. Keisha,
Yeah.
Joseph, Winnie. Can I have your voices?
Yeah.
Unmute for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right. So the first thing, that twinkle for Tots that I just mentioned. Joseph, I understand now you're in London, yeah?
Yes, I am.
Is that something that you think you would be able to meet with us here in London for where we do it? On the 29th of November?
Yeah, I need to check with my uni schedule.
Sorry, say again?
I need to check with my uni schedule, but if I'm available, yeah, I'm happy to join.
Okay then, yeah, that's what I want to. Great, I'll send you more info on that. As I was just saying before, guys, as you heard Romona speaking, you know, Romona says it with a nice smile and laugh, you know. Ramona has apparently a lot of stuff working on, with job wise as well as we expect with the young professionals. I'm sure you're all busy in your own ways,
Yeah.
but it's important that we kind of help to stretch what she's doing, and you know, at this young stage that we are, everybody we need to step up you guys as members. The most important part of any membership is to feel that you are a part of what is happening. I cannot stress that more than anything else. You know, if you join any organization, no matter what it is, whether it even is a job or work, if you don't feel like you're doing something, your interest is going to fade. And that is the truth at the end of the day. If you're at work and you feel like everything you're doing, nothing is being observed, that you're doing a part of the job, you're going to not want to be at that job anymore. And it comes down to even volunteer service. So, you know, I see Ramon has a lot of things planned, and I need persons to try and kind of help to step up towards it. I was suggesting club type roles to be given to persons. You are, except for who's missing, Laura is the only other. Is it Laura? Is the only other missing name?
Laura. Yes, she's
1,
also.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, Laura. Yeah. I think I'd asked Keisha to step up on her role to work with you as a secretary. So I'm openly now going to ask again. Are you okay with that, Keisha?
Yeah, Keisha did. She sent me
She
a
did, yeah?
message.
And she spoke with you on that.
We made arrangements.
So in that essence, you needed to work with her in terms of making sure, you know, if you have something happening or going on, she helps you to get that word out. And I'll send you more information. Well, you can find roles. You've been on the website. You know where club level role information is. That's kind of thing in terms of education. People need to get to board. Winnie, where can we draw you on, Winnie, in terms of the club?
What's your skill?
What's your skill set?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know.
What do you do? Sorry if I'm just going to take about 10 minutes of you guys' time. I know it's Friday night and get ready to go clubbing, but just 10 minutes. Winnie, what is your profession again specifically?
I'm in audit.
In auditing. Would you? Are you good at? Is it auditing that you're good at researching?
Are you asking if I'm good at researching?
Researching, yes. Would that be a? I know there's a different levels of auditing, but I'm just throwing that aspect out. Are you good at researching?
That's not what I do, but
No,
I don't know.
I'm saying
I
with
did
that,
researching in uni.
you know, research and auditing kind of you have to look into things and be on the spot. But I'm just throwing something out here for a reason. I'm asking. If not, just say no. It's okay if you're not in. I'm just asking. If it's not something.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't rate my researching skills. That's the thing. I can't.
Reason I was going to look at it is because I mean, apart from doing all the things that I told Ramona once, you know, you guys are doing some great ideas, but funding is going to become a topic, and we don't want to end up in a situation where you are all dipping in your pockets. However, there are usually many grants, so forth, for organizations within the communities, especially from councils. But the thing is, somebody has to be looking to see where they are. And that's why I was trying to ask you, either if you take on such a role to search for type of grants that are available in the communities. Let's say for one in this Dagenham area, I just saw one coming up because I signed up into something that is part of the borough and shows information, and there's even, like, a winter fund is coming out by November 14, where people within this borough can sign up for about £15,000 from the council, and they'll give that through the winter period for persons or groups that are willing to do like warm spaces. I think somewhere where people can come and get soup, as you just talk about the food, soups and coffee and tea or something. That's an area where people can just come and get that. So if a group wants to set up that, they'll fund it up to from December into, I think, February, with about £15,000 they'll give. So it's things like that is possible, but somebody has to be looking out for the funds. And so that's why I was trying to bro, if anybody's good with that type of looking and searching type of research. That's what I mean. Is that something that you think you could take on, Winnie?
Yeah, could try. Yeah.
Yeah, because so if that is the case, that is something that would be helpful towards the group. So you can just tag that down, Ramona.
All right.
And we'll task Winnie with that role.
And we'll get
and then Mr. Joseph now.
research.
Research in terms of funding, or where you can probably get additional funding.
Yes.
Because I guess you can figure out how to do fundraisers individually, but as I said, to get grants and probably bigger funds that would help with your projects. Even the reading that you're doing now, you could get funding for that to help push that. But again, somebody has to look into it.
Yes.
There are there's like the book trust grant. There are grants for reading, or organizations that do things for kids with reading. There are grants available for that. And they'll probably give you, if you tell them that what you need the money for is probably to the promotion of the thing, and so forth, and you get the readers, and they'll probably give you a grant to do some of that. There's so much, there's funds out there, but unfortunately, it's not everybody's looking for them. So that's why I'm just putting it, because your projects, you don't want them to be, as I said, a pain on everybody in terms of getting it done.
Yeah.
And you always have to asking over and over. All right, we've done this. And then next week, can we get some money together, guys, to do this or do that? That's what I'm saying, John. But for Mr. Joseph now, Mr. Joseph's situation, I understand now, has changed in terms of location, but he's still a part of your group. So where is the skill that I can draw on from Joseph? That's the question at hand. Mr. Joseph.
Joseph, you're still.
Yeah.
What is your power? What is your secret power that we don't know of?
I don't know. I'm training to become a barrister, so maybe anything legal.
So are you the convincing type then? Are you the person that can move people to get things done?
I suppose I do what I can.
Eh? Because as you hear Ramona said, she's on a drive now to find new people. Is that something that you could work on with her to identify possible new persons? I know you're outside of, but you can do that from online in identifying, or people that might be in the area, and try to help her to link with them.
I'm happy to give it a shot, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the spirit right there. Just a shot. So there you go, Winnie. You said, there you go. Winnie, Ramona. Let's put Joseph on that at the moment.
All right.
So you and him will work on that concurrently, as in to search, look for people in the Manchester area. You might see them on LinkedIn, you might see them on something, and just suggest that person, and you both try to reach out.
All right.
And you know 100% you have my support. If you need me to do anything, I am there for it. All right. So
Mm.
that no problem adding that on the plate.
Well, that sounds like a plan.
All right,
Really,
so we have a working
we're-
plan now. We just need Laura now.
yes, and we can reach out to Laura and see maybe she
Let-
could help with some PR activities or stuff.
Let us keep our fingers crossed that she can be the PR person for you.
Yes.
And focus on getting you out online, social media, and so forth, and newspapers and so now you have a small group team working now.
Yes, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Joseph, and thank you, Winnie, for stepping up. Thank you as well, Keisha, for stepping up to the plate in terms of the secretarial.
And which reminds me of one final thing. So now, and I think I said this to you already. Going forward, because you are part of our group, we also need to make sure our group is aware of what you're doing
Yeah,
to give any support where you need it. So which means that meetings reports have to come out at the end of each meeting. At some point, you need to send us the report of your meeting,
yeah,
and it will be added to our website and so forth for anybody to be able to draw on
and
what's happening.
mm, yeah.
All right. So
So
that's important because if you're not at a meeting, you still should be able to know what's happening at everybody's meeting.
we've got a plan in motion there in terms of utilizing the Zoom AI summary feature, and just Keisha will just reference it with what we know actually happened in the meeting just to make sure it's accurate, and then we'll send that across to you
No
for
problem.
to the website. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a plan
Yeah,
of
so we
action.
just need to get that anywhere before the 10th of each month. Right
Okay,
now, this meeting, we need it anywhere before the 10th.
10th
to
of
upload it.
November. So October meeting should be before the 10th of the next month.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But
10th of
because you may
November.
not know directly, there is also a district report that's sent out and an international report. So we would add that in our information to them. So they are aware from the district level and they're also aware from the international level what you are doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for me then.
Wonderful.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you again, Richardo. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Winnie. Thank you, Keisha. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. And thank you so much for coming out to this our October meeting. Time now is 8:27 p.m. Meeting is officially adjourned. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you next time.
See you. Bye.
Bye. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.